Hey everyone, welcome to Uni1 Email API YouTube channel. In this video we talk about email hosting. So you've just bought a shiny new domain, maybe mygreatstartup.com. And you're thinking, cool, now I can send emails from my own address. Well, not so fast. Buying a domain is only step one. To actually send and receive email, you still need someone to do the heavy lifting, and that someone is your email host. So what hosting actually does? Think of email hosting as the engine that makes everything move behind the scenes. It's the service that routes your messages across the internet using SMTP, stores all your emails on secure, backed up servers, and makes sure your phone or laptop can sync messages with IMAP. It's also your first line of defense, catching spam, blocking malware, and protecting your business reputation before a single message hits your inbox. Without a proper host, your domain address is just a pretty name. It won't actually do anything. Here's the thing. Your email address is part of your brand. When someone gets a message from you at yourcompany.com, it immediately signals trust and professionalism. It shows you're running a real business, not a side project from Gmail. And beyond looks, hosting gives you control. You decide who gets a mailbox, who can send from billing, and when accounts are closed or archived. You also get built-in compliance and security features like retention policies, legal holds, and activity logs. All things that help you stay audit-ready and protect customer data. So in short, the domain is your online identity. The email host is the engine that moves, stores, and protects your messages. And the DNS setup is what ties it all together, keeping your messages authentic and your brand trustworthy. Alright. So now that we've talked about why you need email hosting and what it actually does, let's open the hood and see how it all works. DNS records, where everything starts. Every email setup begins with your domain and a few key DNS records. Think of DNS as your domain's control panel. It tells the world where to deliver your messages and how to verify they're really from you. The first one is your MX record, short for mail exchange. It's basically the address that says, "Hey, if you've got email from mydomain.com, deliver it here." That MX record points to a host name, and that host name also needs an IP address through an A or APA record. If that's missing, your inbound email literally has nowhere to go. Then come three crucial TXT records that handle trust and authentication. SPF, which lists which servers are allowed to send on behalf of your domain. DKIM, which adds a digital signature to every message so recipients can verify it wasn't tampered with. And DMARC, which ties everything together. It tells other mail servers what to do if a message fails those checks: deliver, quarantine, or reject. And if you want to go the extra mile, there's MTA, STS, and TLS RPT. Two optional settings that make sure messages between servers are encrypted and that you get reports when something goes wrong. Okay, let's follow an email's journey. When you hit send, your email client, say Outlook or Apple Mail, connects to your host over SMTP, the protocol that moves messages out. Your host takes over from there. It encrypts the connection, adds your DKIM signature, checks rate limits, and if the recipient's server is busy, politely retrieves later. On the other end, your host's inbound mail server, called an MTA, accepts incoming messages. It checks block lists, verifies SPF and DKIM, and if everything looks clean, passes the mail to a mail delivery agent, or MDA. That's the part that actually stores your messages and keeps them searchable for IMAP clients, the apps you use to read your mail. Security and performance. Everything today runs on TLS encryption, which protects your data in transit. Modern hosts automatically renew certificates, block weak ciphers, and make sure nobody can eavesdrop on your traffic. Filtering is another huge part of the job. Inbound filters reject known spam sources right at the connection stage. Then content scanners analyze what's left, looking at message headers, links, and attachments. Suspicious mail might go to quarantine, while obvious threats get deleted before you even see them. Meanwhile, compliance systems quietly make a copy of everything for legal archiving. Even if someone deletes an email, the official copy stays safe in an immutable archive. That's what lawyers love to hear. And then there's reputation management. Hosts constantly monitor bounce rates and error codes. If too many of your messages hit dead addresses, the system slows down your sending automatically so you don't end up on a block list. Larger setups even use separate IP pools. One for marketing campaigns, another for business-critical notifications, to keep reputation clean. Now let's clear up one big confusion. Email hosting is not the same as web hosting, your mail app, or a bulk sending service. Mixing them up can cost you money, time, and even your email reputation. Web hosting and email hosting. First, web hosting. That's the service that keeps your website alive. It's built for HTTP traffic, basically, the protocol your browser uses to load pages. The metric they care about is page speed, uptime, and HTTP requests. Email hosting, on the other hand, lives and breathes SMTP, IMAP, and POP3. SMTP moves messages around. IMAP lets your apps access mail stored on the server. POP3 downloads mail to one device. The metric here is simple. Every message must arrive intact and on time. So web hosting can't handle email, and email hosting isn't built for web pages. They're completely different beasts. Email clients and hosting. Next, your email app. Outlook, Apple Mail, Gmail, Thunderbird. These are clients. They let you read and compose messages, but they cannot deliver mail to another domain on their own. Host. Think of the host as the skyline behind the window. It stores your messages, enforces quotas, stamps outgoing mail with DKIM, retrieves sending until the other server says 250 OK and keeps backups. If your app crashes, your email is safe on the host. If the host dies, well, that's a problem. Which is why businesses invest in real SLAs, spam filters, and compliance logs. ESPs and in-house hosting. Now, some businesses use an ESP, or email service provider, like UniOne. Yes, you can run your own host, but an ESP is optimized for speed, high volume, analytics, and reputation management. Thousands of emails per second, real-time bounce tracking, and dashboards that show opens, clicks, and A/B tests, all without building your own infrastructure. A common setup is a mix. Your main inboxes, like support@company.com, stay on the standard host for daily conversations. Outbound campaigns, newsletters, or updates go through an ESP like UniOne. To make that work cleanly, keep MX records pointing to the mailbox host. Use the ESP's SMTP endpoint or API for campaigns. Combine SPF and DKIM properly so both systems are trusted, and maintain a single DMARC policy. Models and provider selection. There are countless email hosting models and providers out there: shared, dedicated, managed, hybrid, and each comes with trade-offs in control, cost, and deliverability. Next up, how to pick the right email host for your organization. Because not all hosts are created equal, and your choice affects deliverability, security, and costs. Hosting models. Let's break it down into three main models. Shared hosting. You share a server with other domains. Cheap, easy to set up. But you share IP reputation. Great for hobby blogs or tiny projects, but risky if your business depends on inbox placement. Dedicated hosting. You get your own server or virtual machine. Clean IP, predictable performance, and control over resources. Perfect for growing SMBs, regulated firms, or high-volume SaaS sending from a single IP. Cloud-managed hosting. The provider runs a cluster for you, patches and monitors it, offers 99.9% plus uptime, and handles disaster recovery. Ideal for mid-sized teams and scale-ups who want hands-off reliability without maintaining hardware. Some hosts bundle extra features. Productivity suites like Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace give email, docs, calendar, and chat in one console. Great for collaboration, but limited server-level control. Privacy-focused providers like Proton Mail or Tutanota encrypt everything end-to-end. Excellent for law firms, journalists, or healthcare, but search, SSO, and integrations can be limited. Registrar add-ons. Some registrars offer private email for a few dollars a month. Fast setup for freelancers or micro-businesses. But inbox sizes, backups, and support are basic. Now let's break down the differences between self-hosted, managed, and hybrid email setups, so you know which approach fits your team, your budget, and your compliance needs. Self-hosted. You run everything yourself. Postfix, Dovecot, TLS ciphers, spam filters. Full control, full responsibility. Only realistic for large, regulated organizations with DevOps staff. Managed, cloud-hosted. The vendor handles hardware, patches, failover, and abuse. You control users and policies, but day-to-day ops are on the provider. Ideal for startups, SMBs, or any team without a dedicated mail expert. Hybrid. Split delivery. Keep sensitive or executive mail on-prem and route bulk or marketing mail through a managed provider. Ensures compliance while protecting your domain reputation. Choosing the right one can make or break how smoothly your organization communicates. That's where UniOne stands out. It combines developer-friendly APIs, reliable deliverability, and real-time analytics, giving you full visibility and control without the hassle of managing infrastructure. Thanks for watching. See you next time on our YouTube channel.